I don't know what it is about that hymn, Silent Night, that it just always chills me out, makes me feel really calm. Yes, and the dogs agreeing. So, hey, it's me, Vicky Marie. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in this crazy world we're living in. So what we're going to talk about in this video, the main thing we're going to talk about in this video, I'm sure there'll be a little bit of waffle too, as it's alive. We're going to talk about Julia Wandelt, the fake Madeleine McCann, or the Polish Madeleine McCann. I think it's been established now beyond all doubt. I think even she's accepting it now. This woman is not Madeleine McCann. And, you know, she's just been through a trial, hasn't she, for stalking. She was found guilty of something, can't even remember what now, but not guilty of everything. She stalked and harassed this family, the McCanns, not only Kate and Jerry, which I know a lot of people feel that Kate and Jerry maybe weren't telling the truth about that night when Madeleine disappeared. But also Sean and Amelie, the twins, who, you know, are complete innocents in this. They were left in that room alone as well. And it could just as easily have been them that were abducted. But unfortunately, it was Madeleine, this little girl in the photo here up in the top right-hand corner. And, you know, everything's got lost with this case, hasn't it? It's like because of the stalking and all the furore about, you know, whether she's Madeleine or not, or that. But the crux of the matter, in the crux of this case, at the basis of this case, is a little girl who went missing all those years ago, a long, long time ago now, from Praia de Luz, left on her own with her two tiny siblings to fend for themselves while Kate and Jerry went off living it up with their mates. And Madeleine disappeared. And, you know, despite lots of false leads, smoke and mirrors, suspects, false sightings, people claiming to be her, ever since that day, Madeleine has not been seen or heard from since. And, you know, seems unlikely she can still be alive unless she was abducted. But, you know, and it seems unlikely that we'll ever find out the truth. But whatever the truth, you know, it is this family that were harassed. And, you know, we've all got our own theories about what happened to Madeleine. But still, me, this family still, even Kate and Jerry, they still lost a daughter, maybe for their own irresponsibility, but it doesn't make it any easier at the end of the day, does it? And Sean and Amelie were denied an older sister. Anyway, so that's what we're going to talk about, because Julia is free. She's out. She got a couple of months sentence, but because she'd already served time, she's out. She's at home, she says, wherever that is. Don't know where she's living now. Well, she means obviously back in Poland, I presume. But is she living with a boyfriend? Is she living alone? Is she with her parents? That's what we're going to talk about, because she's put a message on her Instagram for her followers, friends, supporters, because she does have followers and supporters. But I would say from the message and the fact that she's changed her Instagram name and things, maybe she has given up on this thing about being Madeleine McCann, but she has not given up on the fact she doesn't believe she's Julia Wandel. You know, at the end of the day, I think we will hear more from Julia, because Julia just doesn't want to be Julia, does she? That's really what it comes down to. She tried to be two other girls before Madeleine, and there'll be another one. Something else will come up, because Julia does not want to be Julia for whatever reason. Oh, just let me have a sip of tea. Look, my voice sounds funny already. But first of all, before I get started, I want to say thank you. Of course, please don't forget to like this video. Stop everything you're doing. Like the video. Please subscribe if you've not done it already. It's free. These are free ways you can help my channel. And of course, some people go a little bit further. Very special thank you to all my members who helped keep this channel going. And I want to thank one member in particular who also, when I can find it, is that the one? I want to thank Annie, who's one of our members that has bought me a Ko-fi to wish me a Merry Christmas. And we know that Annie, unfortunately, she's got some stuff going on and not very nice things coming up to Christmas. That's why, as well, you know, I made that video that started off my stream. Christmas is not a brilliant time for everybody. Probably more people it's not a brilliant time for than it is a brilliant time for. You know, it brings back memory, you know, of maybe Christmases gone past that have been a bit miserable. Some people have just lost someone, and now they've got to face Christmas. That could be their first Christmas without them. Whether it's first one or not, it doesn't really get that much easier for years. Some people might have lost a pet, or maybe they're worrying about the finances coming up to Christmas, can't afford Christmas. Maybe they've got health issues, maybe they've got mental health issues. And you know what, maybe there'll be some of you out there, you've got a combination of all those things. So, you know, I know for Annie, she's going through some hard times at the moment. So big hugs, virtual hugs. You know, sometimes we can't do anything to help people, but all we can do is offer up our prayers, send out some positive vibes, you know, let people know we're here if they want to talk. Okay, what else? Oh, so that was a Ko-fi. Thank you to anyone who's PayPal'd me, sent me a super sticker, supported my channel in any way, shape or form, sent me a nice email, left a nice comment. Just by watching, you supported my channel. So thank you. Thank you so much. So, hello, let's take that banner off. Oh, I'll tell you what I didn't do was put on my little thank you video. Let's put that on. Just a little. I need a few more of these. I think a few more sort of thank you buttons and things. Oh, thank you to Annie for buying me a Ko-fi. Thank you so much. You know what? And especially thank you so much for thinking of me when I know you've got a lot of things going on yourself. Right, there was something else I was going to put on there, which has gone completely out of my head. It's gone. It's gone. What was I thinking? And then maybe it was the like and subscribe. I don't think it was. Oh, why is that not coming up? That one's not coming up. It's not working. I'll show you my little doggies in their Christmas collars, just to make everyone smile. That's Riley, the white one. The big dog in the middle is Princess Tia. And then little Rocky on the right-hand side. All dressed up for Christmas. Not really. I've had to take them collars off them because they've got bells on them. And it drives them mad. They're trying to get, I think, what's this noise around my neck? What's this noise around my neck? So, hello, lovely lurkers. Thank you for watching. Hello, replay crew. Thank you too. I hope you're all getting ready for Christmas. I hope some of you will be looking forward to it. Some of you will be dreading it. One way or another, we'll make it bearable, won't we, between us? Okay, I'm coming into the chat now to see who's brave enough to come into the chat. Hey, David. Hi, Heather. Thank you so much for that video you sent me. I'm going to show that in the members on Thursday. Yeah, there's a slight look. Hi, Heather. I lost my mum and my brother around Christmas. So, no, exactly. So when, that's it. I lost my friend years ago. You never sort of, you can't, the thing is, you never forget anyway when you've lost your mum or your brother or whatever. But when it's Christmas, it's all reminders all around you of when you lost them. You can't, it's these big events, Christmas, I've said it before, Valentine's Day, etc. Easter, if it's any big thing, especially when it's being sort of forced down your throat with like the adverts that everyone's having a great time, family time, you can't help but think about it and you can't escape it. Like if it was a sort of an anonymous date when you lost someone, a date that had no significance except that that's the date you lost someone, you wouldn't have to be watching everybody else on the, having a great time. I hope I'm explaining it okay. So yeah, it's not a great time for anyone who's lost people or facing the first, even if, you didn't lose them around Christmas time, if you're facing the first Christmas without someone, etc. Hi, Tracy. Yeah, thank you, David. Oh, thank you, Heather. We're all sending out hugs for Annie. Yeah, it's a funny old time, Christmas, isn't it? We've still got a little while to go. It's only the 8th of December. And I am looking forward to it. Some days I feel really Christmassy and really in the spirit of it. And then other days I literally, just start crying. Or something. What was I watching the other day? And it just reminded me of when you'll be watching something on the telly or watching a film, and then just something completely random that's not really, that relevant to you, but it sets in a thought process and and then eventually you go through this sort of like a domino falling in it, and then you remember something and it upsets you and you start crying. There was something I was watching. I can't remember. Anyway, next minute I was really sobbing, and I'm thinking, oh God. But you know what? You have to get it out, don't you? So it's good to cry. It's not bad for you to cry anyway. Crying is not bad. It's good. It's a good release of emotions and things. That's why we do cry. I'm sure that's one of the purposes of crying, is to, you feel crap while you're crying, but you always do feel better, don't you, afterwards? Good to cry. Most of us spend our days being quite strong, don't we? Like putting one foot in front of the other and, just getting on with life. And can't be strong all the time, can you? Sometimes things do get to you. That was something else I was looking at this morning. I've been looking at a lot of philosophical things lately. Maybe that's what we do on Thursday. We'll have a positive members live. We'll have like a big positive sort of blowout, because I've been, you need to. Oh, so Tracy's likes Christmas as well, don't you? And you're having a week off, a whole week off. All your working life, you've not had a week off at Christmas. Do you mean? I presume you mean at Christmas. I'm presuming you've had a week off. Sometimes, I don't know, but maybe not. Some jobs that people do, you don't get a week off, do you? But I've never had a paid week off. Oh, no, I tell a lie. I was working 1 year for a car hire company, and I got paid like the same salary. I got a week off and I got paid the same salary. That's the only one time that I've had a paid week off. Every other time, because when you're self-employed, when you don't work, you don't get paid, do you? So that's just the way it is. But I don't mind. I'd rather have the week off, It's nice to have a week off at Christmas. It's nice to do all that sort of just lounging around and lolling about and watching, telly, snack. I've given up drinking until Christmas now, because I just think I want it to feel, I'm going to start drinking again on Christmas Eve. Now, having said that, I'm going out for lunch tomorrow, for a Christmas lunch, so I may have a little drink of booze tomorrow. But I'd like to say I'll try not to, but it's a Christmas lunch. But then, because I want it to be special. Then I'll have a drink from Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, because I want it to be special. Because I'm not a binge drinker. I do tend to have a couple of glasses of wine or whatever, or a beer or something. Depends on what's happening. More or less every day, but I just have a couple. So I'm going to try and have like a dry December, or at least a dry 2 weeks in December, and then I'll feel better. It'll feel more special when I have some champagne or whatever at Christmas. Now I'm really waffling, aren't I? I'm waffling like mad now. Yeah, because it's Christmas, it's more special, Tracy. Yeah. Okay, let's get on with this. So Julia, what we're going to do with Julia. So, we've talked about, Julia, this stalking case. We covered it all the way through it. And that with Julia, I'm torn between, really feeling sorry for her. And then there's another part of me that's sort of really angry with her, because she doesn't seem to care about anyone else's feelings. It's all about Julia, especially when it came to Sean and Amelie, to stalking them. They literally were 2 years old when Madeleine went missing. And they don't deserve that. They don't deserve, I'm not saying that the McCanns do either, but, they were the adults who were supposedly in charge of the children. But Sean and Amelie, they are complete innocents in this. So it's wrong what Julie was doing. And the other woman who was Karen Karen Sprague, she's been cleared of everything. So, but so I can't say she's been harassing them because she was found not guilty, but she still should not have gone to their house, of course. Okay. So Julia on her Instagram, she is now her Instagram. I'm sure it was called I Am Madeleine McCann, wasn't it? Wasn't that what sort of how she ended up going global with it all? Didn't she? Her social media, etc., was actually called I Am Madeleine McCann. Anyway, she's changed the name on it now, and now it's Am I Julia Wandelt. So she's not given up completely. She's probably not even allowed to mention Madeleine McCann's name now. There's probably been, I think there definitely has been a restraining order. God knows what sort of orders are out. She's probably not even allowed to mention Madeleine's name. So she's now got her account called Am I Julia Wandelt? Well, this is a picture of Julia next to her biological mum. Now, look at the mouth, the eyes, all of it, the nose. I mean, to me, how could she even think that she wasn't this woman's biological daughter? You can see the resemblance so much. And especially the lips, I think. But also everything else. But anyway, she says she's not. And her Instagram account now is Am I Julia Wandelt? So she's still putting them, I feel for her mother and her father. She's putting them through misery, being ungrateful. I mean, Julia, she had quite a privileged childhood, though she was, of course, abused by her father's friend, I believe. So, we can see I understand where Julia's problems have come from. She's probably got very deep-seated psychological issues from what she's been through as far as the abuse was concerned. I don't know what the answer is to that, but I feel that Julia will carry on trying to be somebody else just because she does not want to be Julia, does she? It's a shame, because she needs to find how to be happy with who she is, not about who she could be. Hi, Angel. So she's put this message out to her supporters. So let's have a look at it. So she says, hi, it's me, Julia. I am back at home now, and I would like to say a few words. Now, I wonder where home is. Is she living with her boyfriend? Or is she with her parents? Or is she living alone? She's got cats, hasn't she? She's got to be with her pussycats, I suppose. Where is home? So she said, I would like to say a few words. First of all, I want you to know that I am very grateful for all the kindness I've received from you since my arrest on the 19th of February. So it's been quite a long time, hasn't it? She was arrested when she got off the plane. She was planning to go and see the McCanns, wasn't she? And she was arrested as she got off the plane along with Karen Sprague. Karen Sprague was released on bail because she lives in the UK. But of course, because Julia doesn't live in the UK, I presume that's why they kept her in custody, because she was a flight risk. And then she was in prison, for a long time. And that's when they did a DNA test, and they proved conclusively that Julia is not Madeleine McCann. They confronted her with this news. All this came up in the trial. Now I have a playlist of the trial if you didn't catch up, because the McCanns gave evidence, even Amelie gave evidence, Sean had a letter read out, so if you're interested if you missed the trial and you're interested in, more of a blow-by-blow account of how the trial went, it's very interesting, wasn't it? Because the McCanns, Kate and Jerry, testified, but they had a blue curtain in front of them. I don't, it's a lot of victims who are facing perpetrators of sex assaults against them. They don't get a blue curtain to sit behind. So I'm not sure why they got a blue curtain, but anyway, never mind, they did. So she was in prison for quite a long time because the trial didn't start till October. And that's how she's ended up being released, because she was sentenced to some prison time. But because she'd already served quite a long time, she's ended up being released and she's back in Poland. So I'm very sorry for not being able to reply, she means there, doesn't she, to some letters. Your support played a huge role in keeping me strong and hopeful. I truly, from the bottom of my heart, appreciate it. This means a lot to me. The last 10 months were very traumatic for me, and there are plenty of things I would like to say, but I can't. Now, do you see, everything's always about how it affects her. Now, I think the last 10 months were probably quite traumatic for the McCann family, weren't they? For Sean and Amelie and even Kate and Jerry. I don't think Julia really cares how she affects other people. And as I say, whatever you might think of Kate and Jerry, and at the end of the day, what they did was wrong, leaving those children alone. And they could have lost all 3 of their children that night, couldn't they? And I wonder if Amelie and Sean ever sit and think, God, that could have been me that was taken. If you believe the sort of the official narrative of the McCanns, that their daughter was kidnapped, could have been Amelie just as easy, or Sean, or could have been all 3 of them. That must cross these children's, well, they're not children now, they're adults now, must cross their mind, surely. And they've done very well despite being, it can't be easy, can it? Being the sibling of the most famous missing child in probably history, or certainly documented history. There won't be anyone probably across the world who doesn't know about the case of Madeleine McCann. It is a famous case. And just the other day, in a class that I was in, when I mentioned that been to Pradaloo, straight away the students said, oh, that's where that girl went missing. So even after all these years, people associate Pradaloo with Madeleine. People know this case. So it hasn't been easy for Sean and Amelie, but they've done brilliantly. And I'm sure that's because of, as well, help from Jerry and Kate. I'm sure they've been very good parents to Sean and Amelie. Probably, feel really guilty about maybe not being so good parents when they left them all alone. That's the other thing that does sort of sometimes wind me up, because they never apologise for that, do they? They've doubled down on it. Oh, it was just like, we were eating in the garden. It was just right, they were perfectly safe. But they obviously weren't safe, because one of them disappeared and has never been seen again. So that sometimes irritates me, because they never said, we wish, we had not left them. We should never have left them. They have never taken responsibility. And that's sort of galling, isn't it? Because, they are responsible, because they left 3 children, 3, well, she was 3 or 4. The twins were 2. 3 children under the age of 5 alone in an apartment in a foreign country while they went off and, had a good time with their mates. So they should apologise for that, in my opinion. Okay, so what else has she got to say? So she's still doubling down a little bit. She says, however, I am going to say what I have always said. I am not a liar and I am not crazy. No matter what kind of hate campaign people or the mainstream media will put on me, it doesn't change the fact that I have done everything I could to find my real identity through the proper legal channels. I am exhausted, completely worn out, and I believe it is the right time to give up my search for the truth and justice. So she's saying she's giving it up, but she's not saying she's not Madeleine McCann, is she? I am exhausted, completely worn out, and I believe it is the right time to give up my search for the truth and justice. The system is too broken, and I do not believe it will be fixed anytime soon. I think a lot of people would have to start opening their eyes to see what environment they have been living in, and even then it might still not improve. So she said, I am not the only victim asking for help. There are more survivors around the world. I met a few people whose testimonies are consistent with my traumatic experiences. Does it change anything? No, not for the authorities. At the moment, I have to focus on my safety and the safety of the people who are very important to me. So who are they, I wonder? Who are the people that are important to Julia? Not her parents, obviously. Please just let me leave it. Let me leave my case. Don't try to change my mind or put any pressure on me, etc. Do you know, now I could be wrong, but is she trying to see what people say? I've seen this so many times. I've seen it with YouTubers. I've seen it with lots of people. They go, no, don't tell me to change my mind. I'm closing down my YouTube channel. Definitely. You can't change my mind. And then, then they reappear like, a few days later or whatever. Do you think Julia's trying to do that? Is she doing it? It's attention-seeking behaviour, isn't it? It's like if I said, right, this is my last YouTube video. I'm never coming back on YouTube. It's like you want people to go, oh, no, please. And people do. I've seen it. I've seen them do it. Not for me, I'm talking about. Probably if I do, they'd probably say, thank God for that now. But, they go, oh, no, don't give in. Don't give in to them. That's what they want. And, they go through all that. And they're not going to not come back. They're just trying to see what attention they can get. And if they don't get enough attention, maybe they won't come back. But hopefully. Is Julia doing that? Do you think she's doing it for attention? To see, if people go, oh, no, you can't do that. You can't do that. Is that possible that she's saying it on purpose? Don't know. Is she doing it on purpose just to see what reaction she'd get? Well, we'll find out, I suppose. So let me leave my case. Don't try to change my mind or put any pressure on me, etc. I really need my decision to be respected, at least at some point. I believe you will understand it. See, maybe it's just the way I am, but I'm a great believer in you don't have to announce your departure. Do you know, like if she's not going to talk about it anymore, or just don't talk about it anymore. You don't have to say I'm not talking about it anymore. Or certainly not with a big thing like this. You just have to say, I'm taking a break. I'm taking a break from social media. I'll see you, soon. That's all you have to say. You don't have to go into all this, do you? Anyway, that's her choice. That's the way she's doing it. I really need my decision to be respected, at least at some point. I believe you will understand it. I need space and time for myself, my emotional healing. I am going to try and rebuild my life, and there's nothing else I can do. I also want to share the song that somebody wrote for me while I was locked up in prison. This song is one of the most powerful and the most beautiful songs I have ever heard. The lyrics are so true, and your voice sounds very pretty. My friends have kept playing this to me when I was on a call with them from my prison cell. It gave me a lot of strength and courage. Thank you so much. I wonder if there's going to be a book coming out. Just got this feeling that it might be, my Julia Wandelt, my time in prison or something like that. My agonising torture in prison, or I don't know. You just feel like there could be a book coming out. I'm surprised nobody's contacted her to write a book. Maybe a lot of people would read it. I mean, the thing is about Julia, I haven't got anything against Julia. I feel for her. I feel sorry for her. I think she's a very unhappy girl who just does not want to be Julia Wandelt for whatever reason. And it could all tie into the fact of her being abused all those years ago. It could be because of that. But unfortunately, I don't feel like she takes anybody else's feelings into account. Anyway, we're going to listen to this song. Are you ready? So this is a song for Julia Wandelt. Let's see. Oh, where's the... I say we're going to. We are. I'm going to find it. Why is it not coming on? I played it earlier. Do you know, I played it earlier and it played. It's supposed to be playing. Why isn't it playing? Right, hang on. Might have to find it somewhere else. Yeah. So now she's called Am I Julia Wandelt? And she's still on her bio on Instagram. She's still got, or she has got, I know the truth and I will never give up. And all her contacts, you can email her, you can contact her through her social. So she's got 28.1 thousand followers on Instagram. This is Instagram. So she's got a lot of followers. She seems that, she wants to be on socials. Right, I'm trying to get the song on. Hang on. Right, it's playing, but I can't find... Oh, hang on. Yeah. Yeah, it helps if you turn the sound up, Vicky, doesn't it? It helps if you put the sound on, of course. Right, let's listen. Who am I? Who am I? The question burns away in her. She yearns to know the truth. Haunted by the mystery, she searches for the proof. She finds a newspaper story, staring back a familiar face. Something. So it's just a short snippet of the song, and it is quite a nice song. And I agree with you, David. I don't think she's a bad person. I think people have used her. I think a lot of YouTubers creators. They've used her for their own clicks, like getting her on, even though they know full well she's not Julia Wandel. She's not Madeleine. I think she's a very vulnerable girl because of what she's been through. And she has been used, and she is a little bit deluded. And there's a deep-seated uncomfortableness with her own self, isn't there? I hope maybe she might find some reconciliation with her parents eventually. I hope so.
She woke up one day with a question that won't go away. Something deep inside said she's living a lie. Who am I? Who am I? The question burns away in her. She yearns to know the truth. Haunted by the mystery, she searches for the proof. She finds a newspaper story, staring back a familiar face. Something.
I think it's quite a nice song, actually. The more I listen to it, the more I think it's quite a nice song, isn't it? But anyway, so that's her message, and the message she's put on there with the song is my statement on the first 2 pages, and the song made for me by this person who doesn't seem to be on there anymore. Thank you, dear friends and supporters. Thank you for everything you've done for me. I will never forget the support, love, and kindness you have shared with me. Did I even share that? I'm not sure that I did. Hang on, let's do it again. I think I might not have shared that song. Should we try again? Or maybe I did. One more time.
She woke up one day with a question that won't go away. Something deep inside said she's living a lie. Who am I? Who am I? The question burns away in her. She yearns to know the truth. Haunted by the mystery, she searches for the proof. She finds a newspaper story, staring back a familiar face. Something.
Yeah, I think it's a very poignant song, and I do think that is it. It is a question that burns inside her. I really think it does. You know, I don't think she's just trying to be nasty or whatever. I think she really feels she wants to be someone else. You know, that's basically what it comes down to. And there you go, the other 2 girls that she thought she might be, when they didn't pan out, then the next one was Madeleine. And, you know, that hasn't panned out either, has it? So it landed her in prison for 10 months. So that's the other thing. The people that sort of took advantage of her and, you know, invited her on their YouTube channels and stuff like that for their own personal gain, she was the one who ended up in prison. You know, I just feel she was abused by those people. She was like passed around like she was not a real person. So I think that's foul what they did to her, to be honest, because they're supposed to know better. You know, Julia has got her issues. I think that song actually is a good song, and it is poignant, and it does talk about how it must feel to be Julia when she's just not happy with who she is because of things that happened to her. She's desperate to be somebody else, isn't she? Desperate. But she doesn't want to admit that this actually I can hear a funny noise outside. I think it might be a storm. I don't know. You know, this actually is her biological mother, and to me it's as clear as day. But she doesn't want to admit it. So anyway, she is not Madeleine McCann, that's for sure, because that has been proven, hasn't it? That has been proven by DNA now. So, as you say, Heather, she needs to move on. She needs to move on now. I don't know which way she's going to move. Does she have a partner? You know, just don't know. You know, that's what she could do with, really, isn't it? A romance, maybe have some children of herself, and then she won't have time to be worrying about who she is. Yeah, maybe that's the answer for her. Or, you know, I don't know. Anyway, I hope she can move on. I hope she's happy. I hope she can accept, you know, who she is, maybe reconcile with her family. I sincerely hope that she does that for them as well, because I think they've been through a bad time, haven't they? This whole sorry episode, really, nobody comes out of it a winner, do they? The McCanns have been through it. Sean and Emily have been through it. Julia's been through it. She's been in prison for 10 months. It's been a horrible sort of episode, hasn't it? And I hope she can move on, settle down into a normal life, whatever that is, and try and come to terms with who she really is. I hope that's what happens anyway. So that's it. I just wanted to give you an update on that. Don't think there's any news about any of the other cases that I've been covering. I'm just having a little look. I always like to have a little look just in case something comes up. You know, sometimes while I'm on a live, things do come up, but you know, I'm always checking. I'm always checking with the cases that we're covering. Now, of course, yesterday was Sebastian Rogers' birthday. That's 2 birthdays he's had now while he's been missing. Poor Sebastian passed another birthday, and nobody knows where he is. He's another missing child. Oh, and talking of missing children, let's have a look. I wonder if I can watch this video or not. I don't know if they'll let me watch this. No, they won't let me watch that one. Let's see. As far as Gus is concerned, Gus Lamont, the little boy that's gone missing in Australia again, I don't think there's any more news about him. As far as Anna is concerned, the girl that was killed on the cruise ship, I think I did a video about her last night. I've released some shorts about it. There's no further news. Samantha Murphy, nothing. You know, so yeah, I don't think I've got. If there is any news about any of the cases that we've been looking at, obviously I will be back on. But as far as Julia's concerned, let's hope this is the end of it now, and let's hope that then after all these bloody, what's the word, diversions, you know, this at the end of the day, Madeleine is still not found. Madeleine is the crux of all this. It's not about Julia. It's not even about the McCanns. It's not even about Sean and Emily, really. It's about Madeleine. Where is she? What happened to her? Is this going to be one of those, the most enduring mysteries of all time? You know, it feels like it, doesn't it? But anyway. Okay, so I'll see you really soon in the next video. And until then, as always, oh, thank you to Annie again for the Ko-fi. But to the rest of you, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you really soon in the next video. And until then, may your God always go with you. Don't forget to dance to this Christmas song. Bye.
Click that like if you're smiling today. Give a follow to help spread the play. Share the play with friends everywhere, so more can laugh and show they care. Like, follow, share, subscribe, don't hide. Like, follow, share, subscribe, don't hide. Like, follow, share, subscribe, don't hide, don't hide. Join Vicky Marie's Ride Worldwide. Tap that bell so you never miss a dose of love and endless bliss. YouTube others, search my name, Vicky Marie, let's grow this flame. Thanks for the support, you're the best crew. Now go tell the world you know what to do. Vicky Marie, ha ha ha. You Marie,
Ha ha ha.
let's drive now. Click that like if you're smiling today. Give a follow to help spread the play. Share the joy with friends everywhere, so more can laugh and show they care. Like, follow, share, subscribe, don't hide. Like, follow, share, subscribe, don't hide. Like, follow, share, subscribe, don't hide, don't hide. Let's grow this flame. Click that like if you're smiling today. Give a follow to help spread the play. Share the joy with friends everywhere, so more can laugh and show they care.